take a look at some of the highlights from the Summer Fun US Coins signature auction hosted by Heritage. There is typically nothing really special about the 1881 San Francisco Mint Morgan dollar, with a mintage of well over 12 million coins and a very good survival rate atop. It's easy for one of these coins to get lost in the crowd, but this example would tend to stand out in just about any crowd. With a vibrant half-moon toning on the obverse, it does tend to catch one's eye. Graded as MS66 Plus from PCGS, with CIC approval atop of that, the coin managed to raise a total of $1,740 at auction. And then, just a fun little part of numismatic history for the US Mint. This is a commemorative medal struck by the US Mint to mark a significant advancement in technology. The first coins struck on a newly installed steam-driven coinage press on March the 23rd, 1836. This medal was authenticated by PCGS with a grade of SP65. Struck on a thick bronzed copper planchet, it sold at auction for $3,120. And then a very attractive example of a pine tree shilling, a relic from the United States' colonial past. Although the coin is dated 1652, it is far more likely that it was in fact minted around 1670 or even possibly as late as 1680 or 1682, especially as this is of this small planchet variety that was adapted from the earlier large planchet type to conform more closely to the contemporary English coins of the day. Receiving a details grade of AU from NGC for environmental damage, the coin managed to raise $8,400 at auction. Another interesting addition that made an appearance at this auction was a complete 7-coin Philippine Proof Set from 1903, the first year that the US Mint started producing these coins. They range from the smallest, half centavo, all the way up to a full peso coin. Now, of course, coins for the Philippines were minted in the US Mint at both Philadelphia as well as San Francisco from 1903 all the way to 1919, as well as several other issues in the years to follow. Now, this set was mostly graded Proof 67 across the board and was sold as a single lot and managed to raise, as such, $40,800 at the auction event. The 1838 Sea Quarter Eagle is worthy of mention for a multitude of reasons. As the first year of issue coin for the new Charlotte Mint, it will always warrant attention. Add to that it also just so happens to be the lowest mintage Quarter Eagle for the classic head design, with only 7,880 coins, and what you have is an extremely underrated coin given its credentials. This example was graded as MS63 by NGC, which places it as the second finest known coin. When it fell under the auctioneer's gavel, it managed to raise $55,200. A Buffalo nickel variety coin is up next. But this time it is not the very famous three-legged buffalo, but instead an overdate variety from early on in the series. The 1918 over 7D Buffalo nickel is a coin that is scarce in virtually any grade, but in mint state levels it becomes genuinely a challenge to complete a set with this coin added. This is a beautiful example of this overdate where the initial 7 can clearly still be seen under the 8 of 1918. Examples like this MS64 coin only come along very seldomly, a fact that the auction record definitely backs up as well, and it did so once again with this PCGS graded example that managed to sell for $63,000. Today, the year 1929 is best remembered as the year of the infamous Wall Street crash that officially announced the onset of the Great Depression, but for Half Eagle collectors, it is both the final year of production as well as a key date for that series. A bit of a strange case as well. The denomination was essentially resurrected after a 13-year hiatus, despite there not being any genuine demand for it in circulation. Nearly all of the 662,000 coin mintage was melted down after 1933's gold recall, with an estimated 5 to perhaps 700 coins having remained to this day. This piece is tied for the finest known at PCGS at a grade of MS65 and sold at auction for $90,000. The draped bust half dollars of 1796 and 1797 represent something of a turning point for the denomination as a whole. Not only does it boast a new design, moving away from the flowing hair designs, but also a somewhat fall from grace. In 1795, it was called the working horse denomination for the mint. But as the mint began to issue larger, both silver and gold denominations, demand for the half dollar was simply not there anymore. With almost 300,000 coins minted in 1795, 1796 and 97 had a combined mintage of 3,918 coins only. In his reference, Steve Tompkins estimates that 1,984 of those coins constitutes the total mintage of 1797 dated coins, with only about 40 to 50 of those coins surviving to this day of the Overton 102 variety, of which this example is the only known mint state coin, graded as NGC MS61 to sell at auction for the sum of $192,000. And then we have a massive gold ingot, tipping the scales at over 160 ounces of 891 finest gold. This ingot was the product of the firm of Justh and Hunter, recovered from the wreck of the SS Central America that sank to the ocean's floor during a hurricane in 1857 and remained there for nearly 150 years, until the wreck was finally discovered but a mere 30-odd years ago. This very large and, not to mention, historically significant gold ingot was sold at auction for $372,000. Now, until only very recently, the conventional numismatic wisdom held that the 1884 trade dollar, along with its counterpart from 1885, were the products of an unauthorized mintage, to put things politely. However, this, more clearly than anything else, demonstrates why ongoing numismatic research is so vital to our hobby and industry as a whole, as archival evidence now finally proves that these coins were struck legitimately and that only a fluke of circumstance led to their scarcity today. The 10 coins that are known for this issue are in reality the surviving number of an original mintage of 264 coins struck in the normal course of business for the Philadelphia Mint, before an order was issued by the Treasury forbidding the production and sale of these coins to collectors in that year, with the remaining 254 coins having then subsequently been destroyed for recoinage. The full story of these coins fall slightly beyond the scope of this presentation, but the present coin, the former Norweb example, is currently graded by PCGS as Proof 63 and sold at auction on this occasion for $396,000. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon so you'll know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.